Okay, so today we're going to start with this core here. This is a brass core for a spinner. You can see it spins like this. We've got two buttons. And with this core here, we are going to insert it into this titanium blank. This is a 10mm thick chunk of titanium that I water jet cut today. This bit here is the tag. This is what holds this in when we cut it out. We have to pop it off, and the result is this piece here. As you can see, it's very rough, and it's especially rough around the edges here. This is the result of water jet cutting. So right now, gonna sand around the outside on the flat surfaces, and then pop the core in. Right, so I have just gone round all of the outside with a Trizac belt on the linisher. I always thought those things were called a sander, but apparently linisher is the word. So you can take a look at this. As you can see, it's not perfect, overall it's turning out okay. As you can see, we've still got the top to go, so this top bit is very rough, so that's what we're going to do next. And once we've got the flats done, the top and the bottom, it's pretty much time just to press the bearing in, and we have a fully functioning spinner. I'm quite interested to see how this one spins, because yesterday and the day before I did these two spinners. I did this micro-sized one here, so as you can see it's a fairly tiny little beast. Don't know if you can see it in the sort of the palm of my hand. There we go, it's a tiny beast. And I also did this fairly substantial spinner, probably the largest one I've ever done. So there we go there. Again, I'll show you in the palm of my hand. Pretty big. I don't have huge hands, just sort of wear a large size glove, if that gives you an idea. So it's pretty big though. So this spinner here is kind of like in the middle, so it'll be very, very interesting to see how it spins. I have a little confession. After I had done around the sides and then I did the flats, which you saw, I then kind of got carried away and got super focused and beveled all around the edges. Take a look at this. So as you can see there, I mean, when it's close up like this, it's pretty rough looking, but it's going to perform what it needs to perform, which I'll explain in just a second. I mean, you probably already know exactly what it's for, but it always helps explaining, I think. So basically the purpose of it is when you hold the center like that and your finger is down here and you want to flick it, let's take it back a bit. When you hold the center like that and your finger's down here and you want to flick it like that, having this bevel here helps, so it's not just a sharp corner, it's sort of, there's a sort of flowing contoured feel to it. So that makes quite a big difference in terms of fidgetability. So it's time to pop the bearing in and then give it a good test and see how it turns out. I should have the bearing somewhere here. One bearing. Right, two things happened. It was way tougher to get the core in than I thought. I did eventually get it in. The problem is I kind of damaged the main center bit, and so I had to change out the buttons for these smaller ones because the larger buttons were rubbing against it. But it's in now, and I don't know, I think that looks pretty good. It's a little bit more fancy than I usually make, but you know, I think it's okay. It's got a certain rawness to it, but it's got a nice simple shape, and you can see what I said earlier about, you know, my finger going under there. So that's how you flick it. You know, you're going to go like that, or you can hold it with your middle finger. And I think that is me done for today. I will leave you with a quote. It is by Robert Collier, and he said, "Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out."